What's up, YouTube? I am Daniel, and you're watching We Talk Footy, or World Footy Talk, or Fokker. Football, soccer. I thought it was a funny name. I'm not too sure what I'm going to go with here, but anyways, I'm just, came from class, studying, a little miserable. Wanted to do something that I've always wanted to do, and something that I'm passionate about, which is football. I watch a lot of games, so I want to give my opinion on shit, and whether I have an audience, whether I'm just putting this up so I can watch it later on and have just that one view, fuck it. Anyways, let's get straight into it. Let's talk the Alexis Sanchez Mkhitaryan deal. I think there's a lot of talk about Alexis Sanchez going to Manchester United for all the wrong reasons, for the money, for I just had a beer, I'm so sorry. Sorry. For the money and all that. Listen, I want to preface this by saying I'm not an Arsenal supporter, I'm not a Manchester United supporter. But I do believe that Alexis Sanchez went to United for a bit more than just the money. Obviously, the money's nice. We're not going to deny that. The fact that he's getting $300,000 a week, I don't know if Arsenal could afford that or not. But I think with the current structure of the TV deals, of all the money that England's getting, I find it very hard to believe that Arsenal, can't afford that. Liverpool's buying players for 75 mil, like Van Dijk. They bought Naby Keita for at least over 50 mil. I can't remember the exact figures anymore. If Liverpool can do that, and Liverpool's a historic club, a big club in England, probably the second biggest, just under Manchester United, but they haven't won anything in recent years. Arsenal have actually won at least trophies. Their ticket prices are the most expensive in England. So I think they could rival that. I think they could have given Alexis Sanchez a bigger contract if their board wasn't so stupid, if their board was more ambitious. And that's my main point. I think the reason why he chose Manchester United over Manchester City is he's guaranteed minutes in Manchester United. He's guaranteed to be maybe the main man. City didn't match the offer. City didn't want to give up as much as United. Maybe they felt that they had a gentleman's agreement with Alexis Sanchez and didn't want to budge anymore. And I understand maybe why City didn't want to go after him. I don't think necessarily United beat City to him. I just think City were affected by it a bit. They were emotionally, not hurt, but they didn't want to bend over backwards for anybody, for Alexis Sanchez, who, let's face it, didn't have a guaranteed starting spot. If I tell you Alexis Sanchez goes to Manchester City like we all assumed he would, where does he go? Does he start on the left? Does he start on the right? Does he play as a striker, even though they have Aguero and Jesus, who's probably coming back soon? So I think one, he goes to Manchester United to start, and more so than just the money, Manchester United are at least showing ambition, which is something that Arsenal aren't doing. Manchester United, whether they're winning or losing, they bought Paul Pogba for 90 million or whatever it is. One of the better center midfielders in the world. They bought Lukaku, one of the best young strikers in the Premier League. Say what you want about his first touch, but we weren't criticizing him as heavily as we were prior to going to Manchester United. When he was in Everton, we thought he was class. When he left Chelsea, we thought Chelsea was being tough on him. So, they have the best goalkeeper in the world in David De Gea, and they refused to let him go, famously from the faxing incident to Real Madrid. So I think the biggest part that this plays here is the ambition that Manchester United is showing. That Manchester United are at least moving forward from the terrible years after Ferguson, from Moyes and Van Gaal. They're in second at least right now. I highly doubt they'll win the Premier League, but they are putting the pressure on, if you will. They are challenging for the title. So I think that big thing that at least we're fighting for, we're going for it, is the main reason why Alexis Sanchez left Arsenal to go to Manchester United. Because if Arsenal were doing the same, if they had the same ambition, if they were going for it, at least more for it, I don't think Alexis Sanchez would necessarily be this disgruntled from Arsenal. I think if the Arsenal board were better, if they were more responsible, the fact that Arsenal have Jack Wilshere and Mesut Ozil still to sign a new contract, probably Jack Wilshere having the best season in his career being that midfield man that they desperately needed, and filling in that plug, even though Arsenal aren't playing the greatest. And Mesut Ozil, he's just class. But anyways, I think if Arsenal had that ambition, Alexis Sanchez wouldn't have left. Now, Mkhitaryan going to Arsenal, let's talk about that. I think that's an interesting move as well. The thing is, with the rumors of Aubameyang also coming, my only thing is, where does Mkhitaryan work in all of this? Where does Aubameyang work in all of this? Because I see Aubameyang and Lacazette as two similar players, two strikers. They're better centrally. I mean, in Lyon, Lacazette played on the left, if I'm not mistaken, maybe on the right. He played on the wing, and he's just not as effective there. His crosses aren't the greatest. His link-up play may not be the greatest out wide. I think centrally is where Lacazette should be, and Aubameyang's the same thing. Aubameyang isn't a winger. He's fast, sure, but his crosses aren't the greatest. It's his goal scoring, it's his poaching ability, it's his eye for a goal. And Mkhitaryan, he's not the I know in United he was forced outright, but I think he's better centrally. I personally believe that Mkhitaryan was more of a deal to replace Ozil. I think Ozil's gone by the summer. It's obvious. I don't think they're selling another one of their assets in January, especially with like 8 days left. I think Mesut Ozil's leaving in the summer, and I think Mkhitaryan's there to take that spot as an attacking midfielder. I think Mkhitaryan isn't really adding to the Arsenal squad. He's just maybe replacing. Everybody's talking about him replacing Sanchez. I think he's replacing Ozil. I think Sanchez's replacement, I think they're looking more towards an Aubameyang. And then again, it'll be interesting to see where Wenger or whoever comes in, if anybody comes in. I highly doubt it, but it's interesting to see where Wenger might play him. Is he going to play two up top with Lacazette and Aubameyang? It'll be deadly. A lot of balls behind the defenders. It will be deadly. All that pace up front, even with Mkhitaryan in behind them. Maybe if they play the three at the back with the wing backs, it'll be deadly if they do. But I don't know how effective it'll work. Two similar players, two fast players. They might need different options. Are they going to get rid of Giroud? Are they not? It's tough to tell. But anyways, I think Manchester United got definitely the better deal. Sanchez is world class. Mkhitaryan's a really good player, don't get me wrong, but I don't see it. I think he'll be good at Arsenal. I just think Arsenal have a lot to work at. I think Arsenal need defensive signings. I think Arsenal need to move on Czech, and they should have kept Szczesny. Szczesny's looking on to be the replacement for Buffon. I don't understand how he doesn't have a part to play in Arsenal for Czech to move on, for him to play. They need defenders, they need fullbacks, they need defensive midfielders, they need wingers if they're gonna play it wide. Arsenal have a lot to work to do. If I was an Arsenal fan, I'd be very worried. If I was a United fan, I'd be a bit more calm. All the attacking threats, I think they're plugging in holes that they desperately needed, and with Sanchez, at least, I think he's a player that'll give 110%. He'll push the ball forward, but he's not afraid to come back and defend. He's not afraid to track back, as we've seen at Arsenal. Anyways, yeah, that's my opinion on it. I think I rambled a bit, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys come back. I'll be trying to make more of these. I have, extensive knowledge more than just England, but hey, this is my first video. I'm trying to get some clickbait views. Anyways, my name is Daniel. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. This has been We Talk Footy, or World Talk Footy, or Fokker. Later.